Hey friends, Sleepy here, and welcome to episode 2 in my Sleepy's Essential Xbox 360 Game Recommendation Series. Now in this series, I'm going to recommend 360 total Xbox 360 games from my collection that I think are absolutely essential to have in my collection, and I think they might be games you may want to add into your collection. Now I'm not telling you that you need to go out and buy all 360 of these games that I recommend to you. I just want to give you guys some options of games that you might enjoy adding to your collection that you may feel are awesome to play. And so for this episode, I got 5 more games to share with you guys, and the theme for today's video is all about third-person shooters for the Xbox 360, which there were a lot of great third-person shooters released for the Xbox 360, and I have played and beat a lot of them. I own quite a few, and I picked 5 from my collection that I absolutely think are essential to have in my collection, and they're ones I think you guys might enjoy as well. And now the first one we're going to share with you is one that I've actually been playing recently this month, the last couple of weeks, and that is a game called Vanquish, which this is a really cool futuristic third-person shooter that's set in the future. I'll read you guys from the back. Epic third-person sci-fi action shooter from the critically acclaimed game director Shinji Mikami. Become the ultimate weapon with an unrivaled battle suit, which you have this really cool battle suit that you wear that has advanced features and stuff, makes you a super soldier. Combining deadly firepower with superhuman speed and agility. Fast, fluid, frenetic. Storm into battle and experience high-octane gaming at its most explosive and exciting. Bloody Terrific was from Destructoid, and this is published by Sega. This game has really good visuals. It is backwards compatible on Xbox One and Series consoles, so I've been playing on my Xbox Series X, so you do get a boost to the graphics and performance. Now I do want to let you guys know this was ported to 8th gen. It came bundled with Bayonetta, so there is a remastered version of this game, but I definitely think it's still worth playing on the Xbox 360, and as it's a very affordable title. It's really awesome. So I was just going to read you guys a little thing about the story, the little character that you play as, which is Sam Gideon. There he is, where he has the helmet off. And as a researcher at DARPA, Sam was in charge of designing the Augmented Reaction Suit, the ARS system, which is the suit that he wears. Officially, he accompanies the Army to test his battle suit design, and secretly, he has been drafted to rescue Professor Candide. Consequently, his hidden agenda leads to constant clashes with the mission's commanding officer, Marine Lieutenant Colonel Robert Burns, which is this really big dude, really cool guy, has a huge minigun, and he's a take-no-shit kind of guy, and he does get into issues with Sam as you play through the story. So the basic story and premise of Vanquish is that it takes place in the future, and there's like over 10 billion people on the earth, and we're starting to run out of resources, so man is looking to going to the skies, and people are fighting over the resources, and eventually Russia and America get into a war, as there's a faction within Russia that tries to take over the country, and they lead a fierce strike on America and destroy some of our cities. So we go up into space in this big space colony that we have built, and you start fighting the Russians up there, which the Russians have all kinds of advanced robotics, so there's a lot of robotic enemies and bosses and stuff you'll encounter in this game, and it's just really fun, over-the-top action. It's arcadey feel to it, because the game does have a scoring system. The game is broke up into different acts, but then within each act has different missions, you know, like maybe 7, 8, 10 different missions, and as you play through the story, you know, different stuff will unfold, you'll encounter new characters, there's a lot of great bosses for you to fight. The game has different difficulty settings. I recommend playing it on the normal settings, so you'll get like a fair challenge, but it's a really fun experience. So let's check out some gameplay of Vanquish. Alright guys, let's check out some of Vanquish.
Vanquish. Elena, lead the way.
To the left of that KNRP-0.
Right.
Now you guys get to see a big intense battle. There are going to be random loot crates for you and weapons that will be on the map. And if you guys see your little mini map there, anything that has a white dot is actually a weapon. So it's easy to find weapons when you need to on the map. And then you'll have green is going to be your allies, and the red will be where the enemies are located at. And as you take damage, it'll activate the slow motion part where your suit is actually trying to heal itself. So you want to get out of danger as fast as you can. And then your suit will overheat, as you gotta let it recharge here, and then you're able to use your super abilities again. Which is you can slide. The sliding ability is really sweet. And I'm just playing on the normal difficulty, and you can see how intense the game is just on normal. So playing on hard, it's brutally difficult. Watch out now for falling debris, because it can kill you instantly if you're not careful. There we go. Take out the bastard. More rocket launcher, nice.
time for this. Fly that thing down its throat. Okay, I'll activate the engine and have Elena handle the rest. Elena, can you hijack this thing remotely?
Negative. The jamming signal is encrypted.
Damn. Guess this one's up to me.
Sam, what are you doing?
Watch and learn. Falling out of transports thing, don't you think? More like getting good at looking like an asshole.
So there's a mission for you guys. You guys can see it's got really cool cutscenes, and just like I said, just over the top action arcadey feel to it. Just a really awesome third-person shooter. I definitely, you guys should check out Vanquish. Just an amazing game. Highly recommend it. Alright, friends, so that was our look at Vanquish. Really awesome third-person shooter. Highly recommend you guys check it out. It is backwards compatible on Xbox One and Series consoles, so you can play it on modern consoles. Really awesome game. I definitely think you guys should check out. Our next one here is another one that I played and beat earlier this year, and it was really fantastic. I had a lot of fun with it. That is a game called Binary Domain, which is also published by Sega, so you'll be familiar with some of the voice actors you'll hear in this game. I'll read you guys from the back. Where does machine end? 2080 AD, Tokyo, Japan. The Amada Corporation breaks Geneva Code Clause 21 by creating humanoid robots that believe themselves to be human. These so-called hollow children have infiltrated the human population, blurring the lines between man and machine. Dan Marshall, which is the main character you play, and the Rust crew are tasked to find Amada at all costs. So Amada is the guy who created this robotics company in Japan, and that's who you're after. Will the team's human bond be their greatest strength, or will they fall to the machine? So it's pretty cool. The basic story is that this Japanese dude has created these lifelike humans, which are kind of like cyborgs. So like, it's kind of reminds me a lot of like Terminator, you know, with the cyborgs. You know, it was really hard to tell if they were human or machines. Well, that's similar to this, is that they've released these hollow children out into the world that believe that they're human, and they actually think they're human, but they can be triggered to attack humans and attack other civilizations. And so this world takes place in post-apocalyptic stuff happens. The world's water rises and populations die off, and there's food issues, and of course that leads to war, and that's where this game takes place. Now it's really cool, as you play through the game, you get additional characters to be part of your team, and sometimes you can have 2 people with you, sometimes you can have 3 people, sometimes just 1 person with you. And as you play through the game, it's broke up in different chapters and acts, similar to like how Vanquish and games like Gears of War are, where you have different chapters that are broke up throughout the main story. Well, you get choices of picking what characters you want to have with you. Now, what's also unique is the characters have a trust meter with your main character, and if you do things they like, your trust meter goes up. If you do things that they don't like, your trust meter will go down. So sometimes they'll ask you for suggestions, and if you take their advice, they'll like it. If you accidentally shoot them, because the AI can be annoying at times, they do get in the way, it'll lower your trust with them. And their trust actually will affect the ending, because there's a variety of different endings you can get, whether characters live or die, based on your actions throughout the story. So it does lead to replayability. There's collectibles for you to find. What's also cool too is there's some arcadey features to this, where as you kill enemies, you actually unlock credits, and then you can use those credits to buy ammo, you can buy new weapons, you can buy upgrades for your character's weapons, and upgrade their abilities as well. And every character has their own strengths and weaknesses, and there's a variety of different characters from different countries. There's people from America, there's people from China, there's people from France that are part of this Rust crew. But as you play through the story, you'll unlock other characters, and you'll run into different people in Japan as you're fighting through, and it had a really fun story. I had an absolute blast with this, and I definitely would like to play through it again. So let's check out some gameplay of Binary Domain. Alright friends, we're going to check out some Binary Domain.
Don't panic, folks. We're not here for you, and no one's going to get hurt. Why does nobody ever believe me when I say that?
If they stop the train remotely, we'll be sitting ducks. We have to override the drive controls and keep it moving. Get to the front car.
A cool trick you can do is if you shoot an enemy's head off, it'll actually start fighting for it. And as you kill enemies, you earn credits, and you can use those credits to buy upgrades for your characters. You can buy ammo and other upgrades as well for weapons and stuff. And there's a huge variety of different enemies that you'll fight, different abilities. And there's also a trust meter that your allies have with you, and if you accidentally shoot them, you can lower the trust, but if you do stuff they like, you can increase their trust for you, and they'll actually listen to you more. You can also issue commands to them as well, which the game does support mics, so if you have a mic, you can plug it in and give voice commands, but I found that it just wasn't that practical, and I turned it off after like the first half hour with the game. And there's the little weapon wheels, well, that you can hit with the D-pad to change weapons. And then there's random ones you'll find throughout the levels.
This way.
There's also collectibles in every level for you to find as well.
Incoming. They followed us from the roof.
One of you go and secure the drive system. I'll stay here and hold them off.
And periodically as you play, you can choose who's with you and who does stuff outside of your team. So you can pick who you want on your team. Like I'm going to pick Payne to be with me.
Go, go!
On my way.
And so Faye's going to go do another mission for us while Payne is with me. So you can actually change who your partners are as you play the game, which is really sweet.
Coming for us, monsieur. Shoot it down before it boards the train. Are you alright? Do you need my assistance?
What's cool is you can self-revive in this game, but your allies can revive you, kind of like Gears of War. But I love the fact that you can self-revive as well.
Is something the matter? Are you not coming? Whoa! Whoa! It would appear that he is armed to the teeth.
Eat that.
You must take cover! We should destroy its head this year! Well done, Zero. It is Zero now.
That's the last. Not bad.
This is Faye. I'm
Great,
almost
we
in
got
the
him
front
on our
car.
side now.
Hurry.
That's cool.
Nag, nag, nag.
This way! It would appear that the doors have been locked. I recommend we evacuate tout de suite.
How?
Attendez-vous! Voilà. Please hurry, monsieur.
And there are some little quick time events like this that you have to hit. If you don't, you'll die and you'll have to redo them.
Great. Out of the frying pan.
Into this hole. Proceed with caution. The situation is still in my command. Do not worry.
So he's down, so you have to go over there and try to revive him. But just wanted to give you guys a little look, a little taste of Binary Domain. Highly recommend it. It's awesome. Alright friends, so that was our look at Binary Domain. Just a really awesome game. Another one that I highly recommend. It's got great voice acting, it's got good music, it's published by Sega, it's got a lot of familiar voice actors in it, and I just had a lot of fun with this one from start to finish. And it's one of those games that when you beat it, you know, you just really wish you could have more, you know, really wish you could have a sequel. It is backwards compatible on Xbox One and Series consoles, so I've been playing it on my Series X, and it's awesome because you get a boost to the graphics and performance and load times and stuff. So another great game to add to your third-person shooter collection. Now we'll move on to the next game, and this is one that I played and beat at the beginning of this year. It was a really fantastic third-person shooter, and that is a game called Spec Ops The Line. Now, sadly, this game did get delisted at the end of January, and prices of this went from being a $5 and $10 game to like $200 and $300. The nice thing though was people just said no to paying those prices, and so eventually this did go back down to the $30 to $40 range, so you can find it for that $30 to $40 level. But it's definitely a really awesome game. This one is backwards compatible as well, so you can play it on your Xbox Series X or your Xbox One consoles. You get a boost to graphics and performance, and it's a really interesting third-person shooter. It's definitely the most unique third-person shooter I've ever played as far as the story goes. It has a lot more darker tone. Now, you guys know I don't like to ruin story, so I won't get into too much about the game story because I want you to experience it for yourself. But it had a really awesome ending, and just really enjoyed the story. It was just so much darker, especially compared to other games in the Spec Ops series. So I'll read you from the back. Intense and unique war shooter. It's been 6 months since Dubai was wiped off the map by a cataclysmic sandstorm. So yeah, Dubai in this has a huge major sandstorm that wipes the city out completely, and eventually America sends troops there to try to evacuate people. Thousands of lives were lost, including those of American soldiers sent to evacuate the city. Today, the city lies buried under sand, the world's most opulent ruin. Now, a mysterious radio signal is picked up from Dubai, and a Delta Recon team is sent to infiltrate their city. The mission is simple: locate survivors and radio for evac. And so the main character that you play as is Captain Martin Walker. And what's really interesting is what happens to him as he plays through the story. And he has his two companions with him, so there's the three of you, and you fight through a variety of enemies. And the story, there's all kinds of plots and twists. And the state of mind for Martin Walker is challenged as you play through the game, you know, and morality and stuff like that. It just was a really unique and fun experience. The game does have a couple different endings based on your choices in the game. There's collectibles for you to find. There's a huge variety of different weapons to unlock and different difficulty settings as well. It's a really good third-person shooter. You know, it's not the easiest, it's not the most difficult. You know, if you play it on medium, you'll get the great challenge. There's collectibles and stuff for you to find. And I had a really, really fun time playing through this game. So let's check out some of Spec Ops The Line. Right, let's check out some Spec Ops The Line.
Adams, Lugo, sound off. Down here. Ow! You okay?
I said ow, didn't I?
Fine. Good. Back on your feet then. I want to know where we are.
I'd say we dropped into that hotel we were headed for.
Anyone see a way out of here? Got an exit down here. It's locked. So we're trapped. Like fish in a barrel. Hey! They're still alive! Got you an enemy down!
They'll drop it onto the stage! Target getting empty! They're climbing up the stairs! You see them? Keep your eyes on those staircases! Those fuckers keep trying to...
Reloading! Keep an eye out!
Push them back!
Lugo! Get your rifle on my target! There! Keep shooting!
Bangles coming out of the railing! Target's getting empty!
Hostile down!
Target down! They give up?
I don't think so. Listen.
Something's going on up there.
Adams, door, now!
Shit, Walker, this room's gonna blow! Go, go, go!
Good. Let's keep moving. We need to find an exit.
Anyone else feel like we should try talking to these guys again? I mean, we did come here to save them.
Man, we are way past that point. These people don't want to talk, they're out for blood.
Lugo's right. Best we can do is get out of here and find the 33rd before these people tear them apart.
Okay, shoot first, questions later. Got it.
We find Conrad, he'll answer our questions.
You hear that? Someone's coming.
Quick, hide.
Dropping C4? What were you thinking?
They were dug in, sir. We didn't have many options.
You're lucky this whole place didn't collapse. Where's the soldier? The one we took from the plane?
Downstairs, sir.
Is he being guarded?
At all times.
Good.
Think
I'll go say hi.
Agent custody. Wait.
What?
He won't talk, sir.
He'll talk to me.
Walker, that guy was American.
Yeah, I noticed.
Why are the locals taking orders from an American? Why's he got a hard on for the 33rd?
I have no idea. Shit. Ask him yourself.
They're still alive. Take care of them.
Watch it! Shotgunner coming in!
Got one!
Target down! I'm on the roof! Take out the roof!
Keep an eye on the roof! We've got tangos up above! Damn it, I'm out!
It's a really brutal and violent third-person shooter. Makes it awesome.
Take cover!
They're throwing grenades! Shoot out the windows! Fucking Christ, it's a lot of guys!
Got one!
You can also crouch while you're in a turret too, which is really sweet.
Watch it! Shotgunner coming in! Heads up! Tango, trying to move! Tango, down! He's right on top of you! Running low, gotta reload! We're pinned down, take him out! He's coming in!
Got one! Everybody outside! I can't shout orders over that storm, so watch yourself.
So we pick our own targets. Got it.
So, just wanted to give you guys here a little taste of what Spec Ops The Line is like. It's a really cool game. Highly recommend you check it out and play it. It's really great, and you'll have a good time with it. Alright, so that was our look at Spec Ops The Line, a fantastic game. I definitely recommend picking up this game if you can get it for a good price. It is backwards compatible, so you can play it on your Xbox One or Series console, get a boost to the graphics. This was also released on PlayStation 3 and the PC as well, but this is definitely another game I loved having in my Xbox 360 collection, and I do plan to beat this again someday again in the future because I really enjoyed the story. I believe I got all the collectibles. I think there might be a couple I need to grab myself, but I really had a lot of fun with this game, and I definitely think you guys should check out Spec Ops The Line. Fantastic third-person shooter. Now we'll move on to our next one, which is another game that I love having in my collection. It's actually my favorite in this series, and that is the game Max Payne 3, which I absolutely love. I played through and beat the original Max Payne and Max Payne 2 this year. Had a lot of fun with it. I do want to go and finally beat this game because I got really far in it with my brother like a long time ago when I played on his profile, but I never ended up beating the game. And then I started playing it on my own, and I got I'd say I only have a few more chapters left in the game to beat, but I had a lot of fun with this one, and it became my favorite in the Max Payne series because it's the largest game in there, all kinds of different choices for you to make in the game, and you get to play as Max Payne. And what I really love is that this game is backwards compatible on Xbox One and Series consoles, so I've been playing on my Xbox Series X, so I get a boost to the graphics and performance, and I really love this one. It's my favorite of the Max Payne trilogy, so I'll read you guys from the back. Max Payne 3, which has single player. It does have a multiplayer mode, but I never played the multiplayer mode. For Max Payne, the tragedies that took his loved ones years ago are wounds that refuse to heal. No longer a cop, so yeah, Max is no longer a cop like he was in the first 2 games. Close to washed up and addicted to painkillers, Max takes a job in Sao Paulo, Brazil, protecting the family of a wealthy real estate mogul, Rodrigo Branco, in an effort to finally escape his troubled past. But as events spiral out of his control, Max Payne finds himself alone on the streets of an unfamiliar city, desperately searching for the truth and fighting for a way out. And it's just really fun, over-the-top action. You have the classic voice acting of Max Payne. Sadly, Max Payne's voice actor, which I can't think of his name off the top of my head right now, passed away recently. So that's a real tragedy. I really love the voice of Max Payne. But it's just really fun. It's got all the classic stuff from the previous Max Payne games in this. You know, you have Max Payne's classic painkillers, which is his health. You can the slow down, where you can slow time down with a bullet time mode and stuff, which is really awesome. It's what's iconic about this series was the bullet time and stuff, and a huge variety of enemies to fight, different weapons for you to get. Just a really fun game. You can take cover and stuff, and it's just an awesome game. So let's check out some gameplay of Max Payne 3. Alright, let's check out some Max Payne 3. Now this one is my favorite of the 3 Max Payne games. You know, it's the final game in the trilogy. This one's definitely the longest of the 3 games, and it has the best visuals because it's, you know, a 7th gen release, so it's got updated graphics and sound, everything. Just a really great story too. I really enjoyed this one a lot. This is my favorite. You can also unlock cool gold weapons, just a little aesthetic. There's different chapters where you can collect gold parts and turn different guns into gold ones. And you can take any weapon from enemies that they drop and use them against them, because you only have so much ammo for every gun in this game. And just like previous Max Payne games, you know, he has a health bar, so you have his silhouette. The more damage you take, it'll fill up red. And then the number on his silhouette is the number of painkillers you have, which you use to heal yourself. So just like the previous Max Payne games. And you can die real quickly, even I'm playing here on normal difficulty. And you can die quick. You also have the bullet time mode there with the meter next to max, which you can slow down time, which is really sweet, and do some epic slowdowns, which is what the series is known for. But you can also do the classic where he jumps and slows down time to do little bullet attack modes, which is really sweet. Painkiller, get healed. And you can get into cover in some parts of the game. Now there is a feature in this where if you do take a lot of damage, the game will slow down, and if you can kill an enemy, it'll actually revive you. If you don't kill him in that time period, you'll die. And of course, going for headshots is definitely key. saving ammo and taking enemies out quickly, but it's not always easy to get. Because the enemies do use cover a lot to their advantage. Gotcha, bitch. Yes. I love that bullet slowdown time,
this was
too.
Hell on earth. De Silva was no fool. I'd have driven on off into the sunset, too, if I were him. But I was in too far now.
Of course, you got the classic voice of Max Payne as well, and you definitely want to explore and look for weapons that you can take. And then every chapter does have collectibles for you to find. As well as you can find painkillers randomly throughout the levels, which you definitely want to stock up on painkillers anytime you can.
It looked like Victor had won the sympathy vote, found his universal connection to the people, triumph out of tragedy. Part of me couldn't help thinking that had been his plan all along.
And then there are clues, like that finding that newspaper. There's different clues for you to find that deals with the story. So those are other collectibles for you to get.
What the fuck is going on here?
How much do you want?
What have you been doing?
I am a doctor. I help people.
What have you been doing here?
It's easy for you. Listen, I know people. They will kill you. I can help you. Trust me. Please, please.
What have you been doing?
I have a lot of money. Look, look. Lots of money. I do important research. Please.
Caralho! Caralho!
Espera, espera. Eu posso explicar tudo. Tudinho. Não, não. Por favor. Pelo amor de Deus. Por favor, não me mata. Não, não. Pelo amor de Deus.
E aí, doutor?
For all Serrano owed me, he paid enough. For now, I had bigger debts to call in.
Yeah, it's just got a really good story. Love the voice acting, the cutscenes, just everything. But just wanted to give you guys a little look at Max Payne 3. Alright friends, so that was our look at Max Payne 3. Such a fantastic game. Now I do want to say, I recommend playing Max Payne 3 after you've played Max Payne 1 and 2 that were on the original Xbox. You know, I don't recommend playing Max Payne 3 until you've beat the first two games so you get the full story, because they are all connected for the overall narrative and gives you the backstory of how Max's character is in Max Payne 3, because he's a really broken man, you know, drinking heavily, pain meds, you know, had tragedy in his life, and it just had those ghosts that haunt him, and you can see that as you play through the story, because it has a really fantastic story in this game. Definitely an amazing game from Rockstar. Absolutely love the Max Payne series, and it's definitely one I definitely think you guys should have in your collection. Definitely add Max Payne 3. You can get it fairly cheap, you know, it's not too expensive. It's a really good game, and I think you guys will enjoy having Max Payne 3 in your third-person shooter collection for Xbox 360. I know I do. And our final one here is a game that I really love. I beat it last year, had a lot of fun with it, and I do want to beat it again in the future, and that is a game called Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine. This is an awesome third-person shooter set in the grim far future of the Warhammer 40,000 universe. Really cool. You play as a Ultra Space Marine Captain Titus with his Ultra Space Marines. And I'll read you guys some stuff from the back. I am war. Enter a grim, dark future. Experience the rich and violent brutality of Warhammer 40,000 universe. This game's absolutely bloody and violent. You cut up your enemies and they explode. Captain Titus's armor gets covered in blood, and even in his face gets covered in blood. So as you kill enemies, you'll see blood spraying all over the ground, including your character and your partners, which is really cool. Storm into battle. Step fearlessly into the heart of combat as an unstoppable space marine. And then you also could play a multiplayer mode of this if you wanted to. I just played it for the story. I never got into the multiplayer mode, but there is multiplayer mode you can get. There's a co-op modes and stuff. There's also DLC you can buy for this game, which are mostly like cosmetic stuff and some other maps and things you can buy for multiplayer. But what I like it for is the story and the main campaign that you play as. So I got the manual here. It has a little bit of the story that I can read you guys, so you guys get an idea what the story is about. So, it's the 41st millennium, and there's only war. Enemies of man, including the savage and bloodthirsty orcs, which is what you main enemies you fight in this game, and other dark and dangerous forces wage constant war against the descendants of Earth, seeking to end their very existence. But there exists a single force that holds back these dark alien hordes. The enemies of mankind fear many things, but the one thing that they fear above all else is the wrath of the Space Marines. The Angels of Death, formed into chapters of thousands of Space Marines each. They are all that prevents humanity's total annihilation. So, you know, the Space Marines are the big bad dogs of the Warhammer universe. Now, a million-strong orc horde has invaded an Imperial Forge world, one of the planet-sized factories that produces the war machines for humanity's never-ending battle for survival. Losing this planet is not an option, but a darker and far more evil threat is lurking in the shadows of this world. With an Imperial Liberation Fleet en route, the Ultra Space Marines are sent in to hold key locations until reinforcements arrive. Captain Titus is who you play as, and a squad of Ultramarine veterans must use the weapons of the Imperium to recapture the Forge world from the invading forces. So it's just a really cool setup for the story. Just awesome game. It's got great voice acting, great setting. I really enjoy the characters. I love the combat. It's got a unique healing system. You do have a shield that will recharge after you're not taking damage, but then you have health. And one of the unique ways to regain health is you actually have to execute enemies to recharge your health. There is a rage meter that builds up, and when it's fully loaded, you can unleash it and it'll heal you, and it makes you have super abilities, and you can kill enemies, and it slows down time and stuff, and just a really fun game. And there's a variety of weapons for you to choose from in the game as well, and upgrades and stuff, collectibles. Just a really fun game. So let's check out some gameplay of Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. Alright friends, let's check out Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine. Awesome third-person shooter for the Xbox 360. And the game is broke up into 5 different acts for you to go through, and each act has so many different little chapters within there. So we'll just load one here from part 2. And you can play on easy, normal, or hard. I do recommend just playing it on normal on your first playthrough, so you get a feel for the game. You'll get a little bit of a challenge. It won't be too hard, but it won't be too easy either. It's got great graphics too for an Xbox 360 title, and great voice acting as well, and awesome music, and just the atmosphere really brings you into the world of Warhammer 40,000.
The Manufactorum still holds.
Some Imperial Guard units made it here after all.
They cannot hold for long. We must hurry.
Plus you get your trusty chain sword to use, as well as the bolter, and bolt, pistol, and different weapons that you can find, you can take from enemies and stuff as you play through the game. It's got some cool cutscenes as well.
Is that servo skull doing? Trying to deliver a message. Must be damaged. The seal of the Inquisition. Tuesday. What is the Inquisition doing here?
We're about to find out.
This is Inquisitor Drogon. I need urgent assistance at manufacturing rubber jackets. They're after the experimental device. The device is safe at the time being. I've drawn them off. Now I'm trapped. If I die, you must keep the device out of enemy hands. They'll be unstoppable. I needed more time. I was nearly ready.
An experimental weapon.
We need to find the Inquisitor before the Orcs do. Keep moving.
So the main enemies you fight in this are the orcs, but as you play through the game, eventually you get to fight Chaos Space Marines too, which is really cool. So let's get into some combat here. Grenade. There are grenades you can use as well as a variety of weapons. You also have a meter you can build up, and then you can unleash a super attack where you go into like a berserk mode, and you can take out a bunch of enemies that way. And there'll be a lot of ammo caches throughout the levels that you'll want to explore and grab those, as well as collectibles.
Captain, look. The orcs must be operating.
And the game has a unique healing mechanic. You actually can heal when you execute enemies. But you can also melee them when they get close to you. I just love how over the top, bloody and graphic you just tear orcs apart. Cut heads off, limbs, blood just sprays all over your character. It's awesome. You know, unleash it, there we go. And then when you unleash that mode, it also heals you, and then makes you a super ability. Definitely a great thing to use when you're running into a big mob of enemies and you're getting overwhelmed. You have that, unleash it on them. And there's a variety of different orcs and enemies that you will fight in this game, which is really cool. So if you know your Warhammer 40,000 lore, you'll know what some of the different orcs that you'll meet. You're playing as a big space marine is awesome. And I've always liked the orcs because they're always funny, have unique voices. So see, here we go. That execution there, and then that'll heal you. And then you have a shield that recharges, but your health does not recharge unless you can get some execution. Ooh, like that guy. Ah, damn, got out of it before I can get to. Whew.
Commander to workstation. Everything is on.
Space Marines!
He ended up beating this game last year and had a lot of fun with it.
The control room. Forward. Clear out the orcs.
Oh, I died. So you guys can see, it can be a little difficult even on the normal, but it's still a fair challenge. I definitely recommend you guys check out Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine. It's a great game, and I think you guys will really, really enjoy it. Hope you guys enjoyed that look at Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine. I did realize in my last clip I accidentally called it Space Marine 2, which in September we're actually going to get a sequel to this game. Finally, after all these years, we're going to get Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2 released on Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 and PC, which I can't wait to get that. It comes out in 2 months in September. Highly looking forward to that, seeing a sequel to this game, because this one's absolutely awesome. I highly recommend you guys pick this up and play through it. Sadly, this one is not backwards compatible on the Xbox One or Series console, so you are stuck being able to only play it on the Xbox 360, but it still runs and performs and looks great on the Xbox 360. I had a lot of fun with it. I beat it last year, and I definitely would like to beat it again in the future, and I can't wait to play Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2 in September when it comes out. But it's another third-person shooter that I highly recommend you guys check out. So, I've got 5 more games that I recommend for the Xbox 360 that I feel are absolutely essential to having in my Xbox 360 collection. These are 5 great third-person shooters that I think you guys should look into maybe adding to your collection. Of course, I'm not telling you need to buy every single game that I recommend in this series. You don't have to go out and buy all 360, but I just wanted to give you guys 360 different recommendations of options you guys have of games you might want to add into your collections. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I want to thank you guys for watching. Take care. You guys have an amazing day, and Sleepy, we'll see you guys next time.